As we dive into now the first topic of conversation here on the show, and folks, quarterbacks in college football, not all quarterbacks have the same goals. Not every quarterback has the same goals. Now, team goals, they are the same in terms of, every quarterback wants to lead its team to a conference championship. Every quarterback wants to lead its team to the college football playoff, and every quarterback wants to lead his team to, a college football playoff national championship. So all of those team goals are the same. But when you discuss individual goals, stats goals, not every quarterback takes statistics into high consideration. Some do, because for some, big numbers, gaudy numbers means Heisman. Big numbers mean individual accolades. Big numbers mean individual hardware. And for others, they don't really concern themselves much so with stats because their thought process is, my main thing is to win a championship ring, right? If I get the numbers, that's great. If I get the stats, that's cool. But my main thing is getting my hand fitted for my ring. Put that ring on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this championship. So that's where some quarterbacks would differ. Not a lot of them care about stats, but the main big picture that most, if not all, signal callers care about is, how will the fans remember me upon the end of my playing career in college? Because at some point, that playing career is going to end. You're going to go off somewhere and do big things in life. And quarterback could get married, have a wife and children, and you may want to come back to the place to where you spent a lot of time at. You became a legend at. And, every quarterback wants to be that guy when they come home, the fans are like, oh my gosh, bro, you was the truth, man. I remember where I was when you threw that touchdown, big homie. I remember where I was when you took us on that big drive, big homie. I remember where I was, man. Without you, my life as a fan for this football program would have just been dead. I gotta get the selfie, man. Hey, babe, take our picture. We gotta get the selfie. This is this was the best quarter we ever had, man. Take the picture. Everybody wants to be remembered like that, when they come home to their, respective programs. And how this happens, especially for Alabama football, is, fans, much like players and coaches, there are 3 games circled on the calendar every year. You want to win every game. You desire to win every game. But there are 3 games circled on the calendar every year. And those 3 games are the ones where fans go, we gotta have it. We must have it. I want it bad. And if we don't get this game, then there's going to be a problem. If we don't win this game, don't call my phone for the next 2 or 3 weeks, because if you call me and I cuss you out, if you call me and I blast you out, if you call me and it just feels like I am not handling my emotions well, you know why? Because we lost the football game. And just in terms of Alabama, every quarterback in the Nick Saban era has had, that moment, whether it was John Parker Wilson, whether it was a guy like, whether it was John Parker Wilson, whether it was Greg McElroy, A.J. McCarron, Blake Sims, Jacob Coker, the combination of Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, no matter who it was, those guys were remembered as legends at Alabama for what they did in the big moments, what they did in the big games, what they did, in the major situations. So when you look at Mac Jones here, Mac Jones, the redshirt junior out of Jacksonville, Florida, the former four-star, in the 2017 class, his legend, his legacy will hinge on 3 games. Alabama fans will take these 3 games. They will hold him under the biggest microscope. He's got to dominate in these 3 games right here. And as much as the Alabama-USC game will be fun with Kedon Slovis at quarterback, game 1 that Mac Jones must dominate where the legend is concerned is Georgia. That Week 3 matchup against Georgia. And the reason why I say this is, for national media out there, they believe this feels like Kirby's year. it feels like Kirby's moment. It feels like Kirby's time. Like Kirby Smart has finally gotten the talent in terms of recruiting to knock off Nick Saban. He's finally got the 5 stars to contend with Nick Saban, to defeat Nick Saban, for this to be his crowning, achievement. Everybody's looking at this year like, if Kirby can't do it this year, then when will he ever be able to do it in terms of, beating, his former boss? So people feel like this is the year for Kirby. We finally feel like Kirby is the guy. Like this is his moment. And the thing that he was missing out on was, the quarterback. People thought it would be Jacob Eason. Didn't happen. People thought it would be Jake Fromm. Not so much. And then Kirby Smart completely botched up the whole thing with Justin Fields. Georgia fans believe, but he's fixed that now. We got Jamie Newman, out of the transfer from Wake Forest. He's very talented. He's very gifted. This is the piece that's going to put us over the top. And a lot of Georgia fans feel like, this season, we got our secondary that can lock down any wide receiver room, that can lock down any quarterback. We got the team that can do it this year. Everybody's high on Georgia. Mac Jones goes out here against the Dogs and goes for 330 to 350 passing yards, 3 to 4 touchdowns, no picks, and blows Georgia out off the map. The Heisman talk is going to start for Mac Jones. He goes out there, put up some ridiculous strong numbers. You're going to start hearing folks go, Mac 10 the Heisman? That's got some swag to it. That's got a ring to it. That's got some sauce to it. That's got a little bit of sex appeal to that. Mac Jones, I'm down. I can get jiggy with that. Let's go. The conversation will start with Georgia. And then after that week, you got the LSU game. And for LSU, for the first time, Tiger fans were able to release some pent-up anger they kept in for years. The first national championship since 2007, the first SEC title since 2011, the first time beating Alabama since the 2011, regular season. So LSU felt good about all of these things, but this has been kind of a tumultuous offseason for the Tigers, if you will. You lose 2 coaches, your best assistants, 2 other jobs. You lost a lot of star-studded talent on both sides of the ball to the NFL. Ed Orgeron suffered a very horrifying, just bad offseason situation with him personally that he's dealing with. And then when you couldn't afford to lose any other players, you lost 2 defensive backs to the transfer portal. One of those 2 I'm going to touch into here later on in the show. But even with all of this, LSU's going, we're still LSU. This is still our dynasty. We're still the team. We got Miles Brennan. We got Jamar Chase. We got, Terrace Marshall. We got 4 and 5 stars all across the woodworks here. We still believe we got this season on lock. We still got Derek Stingley, best corner in the game. We still got the season on lock here. So LSU, even with the craziness that's happened this offseason, still believes it's the team to beat here in the SEC. Now, Mac Jones goes down to the Bayou. Alabama has had a lot of success in Death Valley, Tiger Stadium, and Baton Rouge under Nick Saban. Mac Jones goes down to this Bayou and puts up 325 to, once again, 350, passing yards, not more, 3 to 4 touchdowns, and wipes LSU off the map. Then here come the Heisman chants again. They're going to get kicked in overdrive because he goes down to LSU in the pit of horror, gets the job done. Fans are going to be going, Mac Jones is seriously about to do this thing. And then, of course, Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Remember the words of former Tiger corner Noah Igbenogany, who's now in the NFL. He said, Auburn is now the best team in the state. Auburn is now dominating the Iron Bowl. We've won 2 of the last 3. Tigers on a little streak. It's Auburn time. It's Auburn time, says Noah Igbenogany. And with Auburn, you've got, Gus Malzahn and Bo Nix. But I'll say this. Remember, the good thing for Mac Jones is he's dealt with Auburn before. Last year, minus the 2 picks, had a strong, very strong outing. 335 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. So if Mac Jones can duplicate what he did, minus the 2 turnovers, if he can duplicate what he did from this past matchup with Auburn to this season in Bryant-Denny Stadium this time around, folks, Mac Jones takes care of Georgia, LSU, Auburn. We're looking at potentially undefeated regular season. And an undefeated regular season for Alabama, it's going to be difficult for people to shut down this team in the college football playoff, which goes hand to glove to the Mac Jones legacy, the Mac Jones legend, intact to where he can come back to Tuscaloosa whenever he wants to, and he will not have to pay for a beer in his life. All of his beers will be paid for. All of his cigars will be paid for. He wants food, it'll all be paid for. He wants girls, the women will be lining down the block. Like, he don't got to worry about nothing if he goes out here and takes care of those 3 matchups, because those are the 3 games that you as the fans, y'all have circled. Gotta have Georgia. Gotta have LSU. Gotta have Auburn. You want to win all 12 games, most definitely. You want to have the undefeated regular season, most definitely. But it all starts with those 3 games, Georgia, LSU, and those Auburn Tigers. Mac Jones gets this done, which I 100% believe he will. This legacy for Mac 10 would be something very nice here. We go to our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. Just getting you warmed up here on a Monday. Upon our return, it's your time to talk Alabama football with your man right here. We unpack your questions, your phone calls, your thoughts, your tweets, your chats, your concerns, and we're hitting it up after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just 1 bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit Emily'sHeirloomPoundCakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at Emily'sHeirloomPoundCakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.